Hey. Oh, hey, there we go.
Yeah.
So today is the Omnibus build. I think Marley might either still getting off a plane or still getting home. I'm not sure. So he's stuck with us for now.
He did say he might be delayed roughly an hour
Yeah.
the other day, so.
Yeah. So who knows? But you're stuck with us. Hopefully that's not too depressing. In fact, we should be like that if there's two of us. There we go.
Yeah, I pressed the wrong one.
It's all right. How are you, Modest?
A bit better than I was yesterday. I'm not high from painkillers right now, so.
You're not doing a bottle?
No. And there was nothing bought yesterday either.
Yeah.
No, after the stream, I went to bed and I didn't wake up until 9 o'clock at night.
Ah. That'd be why you didn't get to sleep till the early hours this morning, then.
Probably.
Yeah. Sleep all day, you won't sleep at night. Didn't your granny ever tell you that?
No. No.
Bless. Yeah. Well, I'm okay. I went to bed at about 3 o'clock this morning and I got up at 8 o'clock, so all's good with the world.
Cool.
Yeah. Shall we go through the comments?
Yeah, it's very quiet today.
It is, isn't it? Bob says, good morrow all. Hello. Oh, by the way, you missed Gary this morning. He was online for like 2 hours. He was on here for like 2 hours with me.
Was he?
Yeah. He left it. He had to go at like 11 o'clock.
Oh, damn.
Bob says, slightly peeved. Every have delayed my bus. Friday delivery didn't happen. Late yesterday, got an email stating it was mislaid in the local depot. Yeah.
Good, yeah.
And just after 11 a.m., they delivered the bus. Don't expect much from me today. A box of goodies to peruse and instructions to prepare to ignore.
Yeah, I don't think you'll want to ignore the instructions on the Omnibus.
No. Penny's in, she says. Morning all. Hello, Penny.
Hello.
Ooh, there you go. Jim says, checking in for my daily dose of chicanery, shenanigans, and monkey shines, etc. Very good. Tiff says, good morning, folks. Hope all are well. Please don't forget that lube button. Ooh. The lube dispenser. Jim says, dutifully liked and ready to go. Wonderful, Jim. I said, just sitting in the green room playing guitar whilst Modest sings. It's awesome, honest. It was. It was lovely.
Yeah. Little jam sessions before the stream starts.
Yeah, we need to do that more. John says, good morning all in the land of plastic dreams. I like the discussion about Airfix yesterday. Yes, there are quality issues on some kits, PE details, and some scratch makes a difference. Yeah. Kevin says, good day, everyone. I will not be here Thursday or Friday. I have to be in Halifax to get needles in both my eyes. Ugh. That sounds nasty. No, I'm just not playing that game.
Nope.
John says, Tiff, hope you're feeling better. 24 hours can make a difference with antibiotics. You're a real trooper working sick.
Yeah, there's no antibiotics. It's just I've got hypermobility and my back and my pelvis get affected by it really badly. So it's just painkillers, no antibiotics needed. But if I wasn't here, the stream would probably go to shit. Like that Friday. It did.
It didn't go to shit. It just got entertaining. Penny says, morning all. Good morning, Penny.
Morning, Penny.
Patrick says, good day all. Hello, Patrick.
Good afternoon.
Yes. David says, good day all. Good day.
Hello.
David says, has he got lost then? Yeah. He probably got the wings on the plane backwards.
Probably jumped on the wrong plane.
John says, Penny's pit stop. Love that you remembered Banana Man. Laugh out loud, Eric Wimp. Yeah. Penny says, is it good or am I a nerd? You're a nerd, but it's not a bad thing.
No.
Joe says, Good morning, all. Only here for a short while. Son and I have an early golf tee time in New Orleans. Long drive ahead of us. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ian says, good afternoon. No, John? Well, you could read the MiniArt instructions for another 2 hours like last week. Yeah. Penny says, well, just realised how sad my life has become. Just got excited about a delivery of a rear bag rack for my bicycle. Well, yeah. It's like Christmas, isn't it? Open a parcel.
Yeah.
Patrick says, my bus arrived yesterday. John says, Penny, good. Proving I am eccentric, not crazy. Bicycle. Jim says, funny thing, when I sing, the neighbourhood dogs insist on joining in. John says, Jim, laugh out loud. Go for it. Says, hello. Hello, go for it. And he says, hi, Jim. And hi, all. Jim says, without modders on the job, our live streams resemble Lord of the Flies. David says, yes, Tiff, glad you feel a bit better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah, that's what
The
she said.
Tuesday's not.
You walked right into that one.
Can't take you anywhere.
You haven't taken me anywhere. I'm at home.
Taking you to the masses.
Take me to a church, I'll bloody burn.
To the 14 people watching.
Yeah.
We've taken you to their living room. Jim says, greetings, go for it. There we go. So, guitar pick. Yay. Stick that in the blue pack so don't lose it. Right. Engine. That's what I was working on. Hey, at least if John's late, it means I got a chance to actually, keep up with him.
Yes, because there's no like half-hour stories.
Yes.
No tangent of the day.
No. And I have started reading my book as well. That one.
Ooh.
It's very good. Very interesting. Stay. Right, where are we? Bob says, as Speedy Gonzalez says, this won't hurt, did it? I thought Speedy Gonzalez says, Riba, andale. John says, I was thinking for a clear acrylic coat, can you use acrylic floor polish? You can. You can indeed. Right. Shit. Right, we're doing the exhaust system today by the look of it. Or the exhaust bit on the engine. So I shall switch over my camera. There we go. That can be moved out of the way because I don't need that. Right. Lights. There we go. So the bit we're going to be doing today is there. So we're going to be doing step 3. Possibly, I'm not sure what to use for step 4. Step 4 is HT leads.
I think it's just wire.
Possibly. Problem is they don't provide you with the right thickness, so I'll just have to make it.
What diameter would it be?
Yeah. Doesn't say.
I can't imagine it being very thick.
No. I mean, I've had some black. Hang on, just a cotton picking a minute. What have I got here?
What do you want, Willow?
That'll do. Red wire, electrical wire. Boom. I mean, I imagine they weren't red, but in fact, I've got a picture of the engine. So I do actually have a picture of the real engine. There it is. Okay, so they are black. So I can paint it black. It's not an issue. Just spray it with primer. Yeah, cool. Ooh, In says they discontinued Pledge in the UK. Yeah, that's what a lot of modelers are using. It's the certain type of Pledge floor polish that modelers used to use because it was really good for doing varnishes.
I didn't even know they had.
Yeah.
Will explain why I haven't been able to find it.
Yeah. Charlie says, cheers, folks. Hello, Charlie. Welcome back. I'll zoom out a little bit. John says, how do these instructions compare to the big boy? They seem better graphically with shading. They are. They're a lot higher standard, and there's a lot more of them. But I think once we've got the engine done, it shouldn't be too bad.
No, they look pretty simple. Hang on, let me get... Because I downloaded a couple, didn't I?
What I'll do is, if I move that down there, we can go through the instruction booklet.
Yeah. Because I downloaded a copy of it.
Yeah.
I'm just now trying to find it.
We've got to put the chassis together and put the engine in on that one. Then you're putting the leaf springs in. And you're putting the final drives and that in. The John says, Ian, I used Future. Don't know if you can get it in the UK. No, you can't, mate.
No.
Oh my god, that's really going to bug me. What the hell is it called? Differential. The diff. Rear differential. I'm sure my brain's turned into mush, you know, because all these parts I know.
Well, yes, because you used to be a mechanic.
Yeah. I used to be able to name every part of an engine, right down to the gudgeon pins, which are the smallest part of a car engine. And now I struggle with it. My brain's turned into mush. Either that or I'm getting bloody Alzheimer's. So we've got the engine bulkhead in, radiator. I would say a firewall, but it is wood, so it wasn't particularly good as a firewall. But which was actually something that they found when they were testing them, because they tested them against fire from the engine fire. And the first couple of ones they tested, the fire, because they were trying to figure out how best to, or what sort of fire extinguisher was best to use or to put on the vehicle. And they set fire to it from the engine. And they found that with a normal fire extinguisher, the fire spread along the side of the engine bay and then up and burnt out all the side of the bus, the panels and everything, and started burning away at the struts by the time, the supports and things, wooden supports, by the time they were able to put the fire out. So they tried, or they created a jet fire extinguisher, which is similar to the one we've got now, but it was a brass cylinder instead of a metal one, steel one. And they found that by having that on board, they were able to put the fire out before it even spread past the driver's compartment. They had a bit of scorching on the tyre and on the engine bay, but that was it. They were able to put the fire out really quickly. So when we get to putting the fire extinguisher on the driver's seat, that's why that type was used, and that's why it was there.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah. So reading the books really does help understand the vehicle. Comments?
Yep.
Jim says, Ian, I think the product is being discontinued everywhere. There are alternatives out there, but the leveling agent is not the same as Pledge, aka Future. Yeah. Graham says, afternoon all. Hello, Graham.
Hello.
Charlie says, this kit is literally a manual on how to become an omnibus mechanic. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
John says, did Rebel at least grant mercy and make a single frame part? I remembered making a frame on a big rig from several parts of an AMT model, easy to get tweaked. Yeah. And John's arrived. Yay! Oh, welcome, John. Woohoo!
Hello. Hello. Sorry about the tardiness. I was arriving from interstate.
It's all right. Jim says, regarding the use of pledge, thought I'd use more than I do. Plenty of good lacquer and acrylic clear products that just fine for me. Yeah. So there you go. That's the fire extinguisher we were just talking about.
Good deal.
It's quite a big one. Fair.
So she said.
I knew you were going to say that, so I chuckled. Here's this. Another interesting point. Right. Doesn't show it on all. Oh, yeah, it does. So you see these seats on the inside? They go along the sides of the bus, right?
Yes.
Those ones go across, right? Do you know why they're different?
No.
Because they tried turning the bench seats and making bench seats the same downstairs as they had upstairs, right? But they found that the gap that was left was only 1 3/4 feet. And because of women's dress sizes of the day, because they were quite voluminous, women wouldn't be able to get down the aisles to get into the seats. So they had to turn the seats sideways for women to fit in with their dresses.
That makes sense.
Yeah. John Thompson says, "Good day, John."
G'day. So where are
Jim
we?
says, Australia makes its appearance. Wait Rose says, "Good afternoon, drivers and clippies." Hello.
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 Jim says, "Greetings, Mr. Evans." Ian says, "Good afternoon, Gary and John." And David says, "Good day, John."
G'day.
Also, you know the number on the side, the bonnet. Do you know what that is? What it's for?
What step are we on?
I'm just looking ahead at step 34. So if you look at the picture on the box or on step 34, you got a plate that goes on the outside of the bonnet with B4912 on it.
Yeah.
That number stands for B Type chassis, and then chassis number 4912. Because what they did is they had the same. They made literally hundreds and hundreds of these chassis, and then just switched the bodies round. So if they wanted a bus, then they wanted to make a lorry, but they couldn't get another chassis. They would just take the chassis, the body of the bus off, and just replace it with a lorry body, which is pretty cool.
Right.
Because I'm a nerd.
And there's nothing wrong with being a nerd.
No, sir.
Alrighty.
These engines were really interesting as well. They only produce like 25 horsepower, but because they had a long stroke and a big flywheel, they had a really good torque, which is why they're able to power a bus with 35 people on it.
Okay, so step 3, I'm looking at
B seats. Oh no, we're into photo etch already.
Yeah.
Jim says, "Charlie, I agree. MiniArt is not shy about providing the modeler with thoroughly detailed building experience." Very true. Not that I'm complaining. I'm enjoying it. It's nice to have something complicated to sink your teeth into for a change.
let's see.
I'm enjoying having both ends of the scale. Oh, I sprayed the 229 last night.
Ooh.
I've done 2 colours. I've just got one more colour to put on it, and then I can varnish it.
That did not take very long.
Do you want to see it?
Go on then.
Before I start.
I don't know what he's talking about. What's a 229?
The Horton.
One I was doing yesterday.
Oh, well, sorry. I can't see that.
Well, that's because you're off gallivanting. There you go.
It's called a life, Michael.
There you go,
Oh,
John.
that one. Okay.
Yeah. So I've just got another colour to put on top there, and then I can varnish it. And
That's
Mr.
cool.
Morris is going to make me a shadow stand for it.
Peace.
Because I didn't want to do it with the undercarriage now for a change. There we go. Jim says photo etch at every turn. Yes, pretty much. Bob says this nerd is taking umbrage at the errors in the valve train on this T-head side valve engine. Naughty people. Yes. Patrick says very nice. Thank you. Snips and glue. I've decided I'm going to use a fresh bottle of glue. Joe says the 229 looks great, Mikey. Thank you, buddy. Charlie says, I mean, MiniArt. Oh, shit. It's a good job to live still. MiniArt making good stuff, especially on Soviet stuff, but their abilities on the P-47 a little bit over-engineered, making big troubles on an engine part, but looks like ground Vs are their niche. Ground vehicles are their niche, yeah. And Jim says, very nice, Mikey. It does indeed look like a boomerang. It does. Feels like one when you're holding it as well. Right, BC21. There you go. Yeah, did you have a look for that book over there, John?
Not yet. I've been busy.
David said, yes, that looks good, Mikey. Thank you, buddy. Steve says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Steve. Are you not with Mr. Morris? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? I think John's not talking to me.
No, I'm here. I thought you said, are you not with Mr. Morris, or how do I respond to that?
No, before that, I said, did you have a look for that book over there?
Oh, I said no. I've been busy. I'm sorry.
You must have had your mic up then.
I did have my mic up.
Yeah.
That'd be why then. So it does work.
Yeah.
Perhaps something to bear in mind. Bob says, shades of Charlie Drake, my boomerang won't come back. It's very dark out here. I'll tell you what, let's do that. There you go. John says, I bet you could put Soviet markings on a B-29 and turn it into a Tupolev 4, I believe. Just know it's as the B-29 ski. Yeah. Most likely. So how was your trip, John?
It was wonderful.
It's nice to see some pictures of you and Paul together. Oh, speaking of which, you know, Bob printed off them characters for me.
Yes.
He's done one for Paul of Paul as well.
Oh.
He's done Paul as a koala.
Oh, okay.
Really cute.
One of those chlamydia-infested animals. Oh.
I'm saying nothing. Right, which side is that going to? I'm sure Bob did not mean any insinuation.
And apologies to all the chlamydia-infested koalas in Australia.
That we have already offended.
There we are, that one. It is funny when you look for a part on these sprues and they're always so much smaller than what you think they are because, you know, MiniArt.
Yeah. On the diagrams, they look huge, don't they?
Yeah.
Jim says, Charlie to MiniArt for their detail. Oh, kudos to MiniArt for their detail and quality. However, the P47 is definitely a wee over-engineered. The cowling assembly, for example, is a bit too much. Yes. Right. So is that supposed to sit proud or? Oh, you noisy sod. How dare you? John says, did Britain and the Commonwealth have the detente with the Soviets? We didn't. I don't know.
During which war?
I know Stalin and Churchill talked quite a lot, didn't they? But it's the Soviets, so it would have been the Second World War or the Cold War, wouldn't it? Bob says, sorry, go on.
So it really depends what war, because, you know, in the middle of the First World War, Russia, of course, had their revolution.
Yeah, but
and walked away from everything.
Yeah, but Lenin didn't really take over till 1919, 1920, did he?
No, but they were they turned away from the border and just looked after themselves, and, you know, rose up against tyranny and all that stuff like every other country at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't very original, were they?
The fact that America, you know, came in late like they do every other war. Oh, except the ones they start, of course.
Now. Bob says, well, Paul only drops in occasionally, but couldn't find drop bears. Koala is nearest non-mythical relation. Very good. Oh, why put two parts of the same thing on different bloody sprues? That's just insane.
You're talking about A30 and BC3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just insane. Why would you do that?
Because they can.
Hell yeah.
All right, before I put that on, I'm going to drill holes for the spark plugs leads, which is the next step. What do I need? What is the diameter? It doesn't give you a diameter to use, does it?
No.
It just gives you the length.
So I'm going to use this thin electrical wire.
So what have I got?
Jim says the Soviets and the UK still play games of cat and mouse with the Tu-95s flying to the edge of British airspace. Yeah. They're always trying to test the reaction times. There it is.
I got point. What I got?
See, the A30 BC3 is like an early 20th century distributor, which is interesting because the rotary distributor hadn't been invented then.
Excuse me. There we go. Soft-coloured metal wires. What are mine? Turner Model Manufactory.com.
Yeah. How much did that cost you?
Oh, I have no idea. I bought it, I don't know, a couple of years ago when I was doing the Spitfire with the engine exposed.
That cost me about £1. And it's plastic coated so I can prime it and paint it. Tim says, good day team, looking forward to watching this build. We're looking forward to actually doing it. It's one of those builds where I think we're really going to get into building it and we're actually going to be sad when we've got to finish it because we've spent so much time on it. But then I get to do another one. Yay!
Yes, because you've got the military version, haven't you?
I have. Ian says they've been doing that all my life, Jim. Yeah. Damn Ruskies. Bob says HT leads are usually thicker than ordinary wiring due to thicker insulation against high voltages. They are, but this is like 135 scale.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
But it's before good insulation was invented. This is before vulcanized Indian rubber and stuff. So it would have been wrapped.
Because vulcanized rubber didn't come about until 1912, roughly. Because they just started introducing it at the beginning of the First World War, and they decided that because it was expensive, they'd used what little vulcanized rubber we had, because solid rubber tires on buses and lorries and things, and we would use natural rubber because Britain had a third of the world, so we had plenty of rubber. So we used natural rubber tires on all the other vehicles that had pneumatic tires, because it was cheaper to just replace pneumatic ones more often than it was to.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the vulcanized rubber ones.
Looking for my pin.
And it was actually part of the British war effort, and it was seen as like someone who wasn't, doing their bit for the war if they had vulcanized rubber tires on their cars and things.
Oh.
There's campaigns about it and everything.
Back in a sec.
Yeah. John says, I remember... Oh, actually, I'm going to glue this before the glue dries.
No, I'll stick around.
John says, I remember Moin being a universal greeting in Cuxhaven and Hamburg is good day said all times of the day, including when you say good night.
No. Good day's only, how are you? Good day. Or, the byes are usually uru or goodbye or whatever, but not good day.
Charlie says, well, something time changes, but sometimes Tu-95 is still flying somehow till today. Yeah. Bob says A30 is a Magneto. That's interesting. Bob says, I believe. I don't know, because the HT leads go from there straight into the spark plugs. Let's have a look on the picture of the real thing. That's the best way to tell. There it is. So yeah, it's the original version of that little bit there. That bit there. So that's a rotary distributor. And the HT leads go into there. Link? Well, I did send you the link, but you sort of drowned it in memes. You and Gary. Jim says Churchill's Iron Curtain speech of 1946 didn't help endear him to Uncle Joe and his gang. No.
Well, there's not much you can say that would make Stalin think other thoughts of what he'd think about himself anyway, if that makes sense.
John says, Bob, I wonder if Magneto is X-Men, where X-Men got his name from. Yeah, and the fact that he attracted metal to him. He can manipulate metal like a magnet. Jim says, Charlie, that's right. The Tu-95 is an enduring aircraft that rivals the B-52 in terms of service life. Yeah. Nugget's in. He says, good afternoon. Hello, Nugget.
Hello.
Hello. Bob says, John, never bothered with superhero films. Yeah. I like them from time to time. Not all the time, but...
Well, I hear my kids are saying that the new Superman movie's good. It's just, I don't know. Since I saw... There's one of those Marvel ones, Doctor Strange or whatever. I thought it was just, I've had enough. I'm not going to go back and watch any more of these.
Yeah.
Yes, they're different universes.
Yeah, Superman's DC.
Yeah.
I know.
He knows. He remembers the originals.
But, people running around in leotards It doesn't really do it for me. I mean, I'd rather watch cats.
Bob says a magneto is a self-contained ignition and distributor system. It doesn't need a power supply as it generates its own power from the rotating magnet. John says, loved the 1976 with Christopher Reeve. Right, so that... Ooh, shit. Problem is, with these engines, there's no way of standing them up that's where they won't fall over because they're so unbalanced. And they haven't got a flat bottom. Ian says, cat videos, John, or the musical?
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
The Heathen in Chief says, in my honest opinion, nobody can beat Christopher Reeves as Superman. And he says, afternoon all. Afternoon, Julian.
Alrighty. I haven't been here for a couple of days now. I can't find anything. Oh, there it is. My glue.
Julian says, hi, Mikey, Tiff, and evening, John.
Hello.
Hello.
Patrick says, did you find part BA34 a tight fit? BA34, which one was that?
It's like a weird triangular shape. It's like step 1.
Step 1. Oh, it was all right.
I just popped on. Like it sits proud.
Yeah.
All right. BC 21.
John says, Reeves' son is a journalist in Good Morning America, like Mariska and Jane Mansfield's spitting image. There we go. Charlie says, how many bloody sprues are in the box? I wonder if it's personal hell searching for 100 different parts on many sprues. 22 sprues altogether.
Yeah.
Patrick says, the epic line of you got me, who's got you?
Oh, the original Superman.
I don't know. Julie says, Blackadder 34, Patrick. I missed that one. Also 5, 6, and 7. Oh, hold on. Did I just see it? Doesn't look like a magneto. Patrick says, I see BA and think of Mr. T. Julian says, laugh out loud, John T. Nugget says, should get my duck from Airfix finished today.
Okay. Good luck with that. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Well, I've pre-ordered the Bedford 176 Bedford as well. Bedford truck. Because he likes me a Bedford, I do. Bob says timing chain cover BA34 drives both camshafts and the magneto. Oh dear, I know too much about engines. Well, this thing, nothing I ever worked on ever had a magneto. I don't think, as far as I'm aware. Patrick says yes. Ian says BA Brachus. What did BA stand for? I have no idea. Julian says 22 sprues, 26 letters in the alphabet, so why label them BA, etc. Yeah, it's a good point. John says bad attitude. There you go. Nugget says bad attitude. And Ian says, oh, right. Thanks, John and Nugget. And Jim says BA perhaps stands for bumbling ass. Gary said, Stalwart arrived yesterday PM along with the next conundrum from Nick. Ooh.
Oh, very good. Yeah, we won't see the Stalwart here for another 6 months, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
All right. Inlet manifold.
June says, does BA on the sprue also mean bad attitude, as you'll have one after searching the bugger? Oops. Ian says, laugh out loud, Julian. They did have distributors in the 1919 engine. Okay. John says, Nugget, I pity the fool. Laugh out loud. Mr. T was also a cartoon. Was funny in the BK commercial for the Whopper. There you go.
Oh, yeah, BK, Burger King, isn't it? We don't have that here.
No. Charlie says, check special hobby using only 3 letters in 10 sprues model. So no surprise there. It's very true. 26. Shit. Oh, for God's sake. Bloody snips.
Oh, no. Where's my photo etch? Ah! Clearly, I've put it somewhere safe.
It's weird because at the same time as they were running these, well, before they started running these, they also had they also had hybrid electric buses as well. So petrol with electric. But they decided they weren't efficient enough. Or powerful enough. Joe says, oh wow, apparently the owner and founder of Tamir just passed away at the age of 90. Yeah, I was on it today.
That's right, yeah. I did see a post about that. It was a bit weird because it was translated from Japanese.
Yeah. Nugget says, canonically, in the A team, the team referred BA to bad attitude. The initials actually stood for Bosco Albert in the character's name. Yeah. That's why they called him Bosco sometimes. Patrick says, can't find my 400 grit sanding block. The 600 is just a bit too fine. John says, John, when I was in Germany, BK and McDonald's were everywhere. I really saw it in Berlin. Felt like it was New York. Bumped into more Americans than Hamburg or Cuxhaven. Wait Rose says, sprue letters like BA, BB, etc. Maybe because smaller frames are made in a single tool. So tools B frame, A, B, C, etc. Yeah.
I think so, but they don't join in any way. They're separate, but I don't know. But they are certainly smaller than the other ones.
I think you can see I think I get what he means. So
molded together, but
molded at the same time.
Because what I don't see on these frames is the I guess the inlet port for the plastic. Like, you know, the larger ones have these central ones, you know.
Yeah.
But the smaller frames don't have anything like that. They've just got, you know, they're just by themselves. So, but there's no part where they're snapped off or cut off or whatever either. So I don't know how they do it. But they do it.
It's magic. It's wizardry.
All right. So I need...
Heathen in Chief says, that's why the A-Team movie, terrible in my opinion. They called BA Bosco. Yeah. At the time, I thought it was bad attitude. Yeah. I actually quite liked the newer film. BA 35. Tell you what, I'm glad we spent the time labeling these bloody frames.
Yeah, like an hour labeling the frames.
Oh, it was worth it.
All right. Time to crimp some terminal lugs onto the end of these wires. Which is mad.
Where is frame BA? BA, HB, BA, EB, EB, BA. Right, BA3. Oh, Ian says, yeah, that falling tank scene in the movie was final straw for me. Awful. I thought that was quite funny. Because the Russians did actually try and make a flying tank at one point.
Yeah.
So that's the point of the A-Team. It's not supposed to be serious. It's supposed to be daft. It's not, you know, you got Face, who's a complete bloody lunatic. Not Face, Murdoch. John says Face was Templeton Peck. No idea. June says, if I recall correctly, they parachuted a tank out of an aircraft and fired the main gun to slow their descent. Physics? Nah. No, they didn't use it to slow their descent. They used it to change course, change direction as they were descending. So they used it to steer the tank, which would actually work because the back pressure would... No, it wouldn't, because it'd have recoil system on it. So who knows? Bob says frame EC inlet by ident tag, frame EB inlet opposite ident tag. I suspect the others are findable just as easily. What? They're easy to find when you can see the labels on them.
Mm-hmm.
What I could do with it is a sprue rack or something. That'd make things easy. But that'd be all right if you're working on one build from start to finish. Be a little bit of a pain in the ass if you're changing build every day. Right, they go on there. Charlie says, imagine on rural beach of USA, 2 newbies built an aeroplane that was barely flying, and just 30 years later, nuts Ruskies trying to make bloody tank fly. Yeah. Jim says, seems I've run afoul of the self-righteous gods of YouTube. My last comment addressed to Mikey was intercepted and now removed from the chat. Oh.
Huh.
Yeah, nothing came up as thingy for what you call review. Yeah.
Interesting. Julie says Howling Mad Murdoch was played by Dwight Schultz, also acted as a bit of a nutburger in Star Trek TNG. Yes, he was. What's his name? It's strange because in TNG he was the one that was like really self-conscious and pretty much lived in a fantasy world on a holodeck because he had no confidence in himself. And but in Voyager, he was actually a high-ranking like scientific officer that was absolutely fine and helping them to get back to Earth by a video link. John says, did the TV show change with the A-Team after the A-Team was caught? Decker was kind of cool. The actor was in Stripes. I remember Stripes. That was a good film. Jim says, not seen by me, Jim, so I'm guessing, YouTube again. Barclay, that's it. Gary says, mate of mine back in the day sat inside a scimitar tank in Lapes drop out of the back. Oh, yeah, okay. Said it was quite... Yeah, when they drop it out the back of a Hercules.
Yeah, so LAPES is low altitude parachute extraction system.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I imagine that'd be quite bumpy. Julian says, Barclay. Yeah. Jim says, Julian, yep, YouTube at it again. Bob says, ident tags are nearly always at the top left corner, assuming you're holding in the right way up. Only 8 possible orientations if maths are correct. No, these ones aren't in the corners. These ones are just from random places on the sprue. That's why we labelled them, because they're not in any one logical place.
So yeah, it's there. So that says EA, but it's quite small. Compare that to my fingernail.
Yeah.
You have to sort of hold it close to read it. I do. So a bigger tag was useful.
Yes. Right. Photo Hetch, which I hate. And the engine's looking nice, though, isn't it?
Well, so far. Well, can't complain. I think the clutch to go on, and then the flywheel, and then there's not much to it. But yeah,
why do MiniArt always make it? Or companies like MiniArt always make the photo etch envelopes bloody tight. There we go. Right. So P8 is that little butterfly. On that side. Okay. Gonna need Dev's super duper glue. Oh god. This is either gonna go really well or really bad.
Which bit to crimp? The terminal?
No, I've done step 3. All the step 3, I've just got to put the PE part on it.
Yep.
And I can guarantee that's not going to go well. Tweezers would be helpful. Or gaffel. Welsh. John says, how did the A-Team always get away? Sort of making it that way, or there wouldn't be a series. Deco wouldn't be as clumsy in real life. Where did they get their ammo to? Yeah.
I don't know. Never seen an episode.
Yeah, I wasn't keen on the A-Team myself, to be honest.
Well, it's on. But it stays on. I don't know. Is there nothing much? Oh, there you go. So that should be okay for now. Right.
I can barely see that piece of pea that John's bloody trying to put on the wire.
No,
Yeah.
well, that's it there.
See, you're clever. You got a photo etch tool thing.
I do, but I'm only using it as an anvil, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Better looking Marley says, hi, John. Nice to see you got back home safely. Thanks for the visit.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thanks for letting me crash.
Yeah. Same for Paul. Bob has made a 3D print of a character for you as well. He decided to do you as a koala, which is funny. Right, snips.
Come on. Trying to manipulate this without knocking the overhead camera with my Optivisor thing.
Ruler. Next. Oh, Modders has just dropped out. Okay.
Oh,
she's all right. Bob says, found two exceptions to the rule. BC is in top right corner, D in top left corner of subsprue, one down right, one right, and top left. I wouldn't obsess over it so much. Bob. It really doesn't matter. Jim says, these words are unsuitable for YouTube. Bum knickers. Something, Zimmerit. Jim says, greetings, Paul Marley. Oh, Modder's just had a power cut. There we go.
Oh, dear.
It's all right. John says, I have the theme to the series in my head, so a good clip for a movie. Gene Simmons did the Tim Curry in Rocky Horror. Not ready to die yet. Gene Simmons does have a funny side. Yes. Bob says, extra prints should be with you today. They arrived before the show, mate. I've already took the supports off most of them. Thank you very much. Paul says, hi, Hobart Jim. Heathen Chief says, watching the A-Team was the first time I swore in front of my parents. The team piled out of a truck. The enemy surrounded them with guns. I said, oh, shit. Bob says, but it's annoying. It's annoying if you care. 9mm. That's awfully bloody short.
What, the length of cable? Yeah. So I've made them all, I don't know, roughly, 25mm or whatever, and I'll just cut them to length once the crimp is in place.
Yeah. I think 9mm seems a bit short. I'm gonna make it. In fact, I might use my other snips because I have like 10 pairs of snips now. Thanks to Bob.
Snip.
Yeah. John says AMT made a model of the A-Team van. That'd be cool. Jim says, Paul, I misread that as Hobbit Jim and thought Bilbo's Aussie cousin. So if I do that there, like that. Perfect. Bob, these snips are good as wire cutters. Bob says 9.5 mil. Yeah, I just did it as 10 mil. It's easier. Gives you a little bit more flex anyway. Right, so PE6. Ian says, can't work out the second and third swear word you wrote, Jim, so many options. Dave says, all those bullets and no one dies. Well, that was the point of the 18, wasn't it? They always got out of the situations without having to kill anyone.
No idea. Never saw it.
Yeah. Oh, my word. Right. I've just seen how small these parts are. Oh, dear. Don't cut them on the instructions, you stupid boy. Okay. Kevin says, be right back. Need more coffee. I know the feeling. All right. Shine a light. How the hell are you meant to do this?
With skill and cunning. Come on, you're an artificer.
No, I wasn't. I didn't get that far.
I know. But you know what I mean. You're an engineer. Well, you're not. You're a mechanic.
I was a class 3 vehicle mechanic. Oh my god, that just like folded in or so. Yeah. I'm probably the only one of the few vehicle mechanics in the British Army that actually chose to stay at class 3 for 7 years and not go any further because I didn't want to get promoted. Because I never thought I could run a group of people. Never had the confidence. Shit.
Look at you now.
Yeah. Running a small YouTube channel with some friends.
An international YouTube channel?
Well, yeah. There is that. My God, trying to... Right, get on. Oh. Do stop being a bellend.
Sorry.
Not you, buddy. Haha. Right, stay on. Whilst I glue you to death. Right, hang on. No, don't come off. Stay on.
I'm back.
Yay!
Hello.
Incompetent bloody workman.
Oh, wow.
The
I take that as an affront, Mikey. Do you?
The hairdresser downstairs is having some electrical work done, and
to get the frizz in their hair.
They decided to not bother asking where the electric box was, so just assumed my electric box was theirs and switched it all off.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's just plain bloody rude, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could have been in a shower or anything. You'd have had to stand there with all soap all over you. All your hair in bubbles.
I could have had life-saving bloody equipment
Oh
up
no,
here.
sounds like Mikey's had his power cut.
Yeah, you could have had an oxygen. Well, yeah,
Exactly.
that's compressed air, so yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. John says, I feel like singing.
No.
Oh, at least you can sing. I'm not allowed to.
No.
No.
No, sir.
Nothing.
Wait, Rose says, Mikey International. Is that like Dana International from Eurovision?
Well, it's like Australia being the Eurovision. It's like it's just stupid. Whoever thought that up?
Bob says, wait, Rose, if I was a very amateur shooter using a worn-out revolver and could get all shots inside the 5 ring at 25 yards, didn't they train soldier boys to shoot? They did. But we tended to use rifles and machine guns. We didn't use revolvers. Junior says, probably Gary, but more musical courtesy of the Antipodean friend.
Yeah.
Right, so that one is the 9mm. Is that a super glue set? Christ. Do you know what? I might be better off stripping the wire off these.
Well, you don't need an electrical connection, though, do you?
Stripping the insulation off, sorry.
Oh, I see. Oh, sorry, burp there. Yeah, I don't have insulation on mine because it's just painted copper.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anodized, I imagine. Do.
Julian says, Bob, shoot, yes. What they're aiming at, not so much. If the RF regiment had been taught to shoot, then they wouldn't have had a problem with an electric scooter.
Alrighty.
That needs to go down a bit. Oh, freak. Come on. There you go. Ooh, nearly.
I should fix this. I have just a 15mm. Oh, sorry, 150mm ruler, and it's got at the end of it isn't. Oh, you wouldn't be able to see it, but it doesn't finish where it should. It's got an extra millimeter on the end.
Yeah.
Just poor manufacturing and stuff, and it's just every time I measure something, it's I have to go from the 10mm mark.
Yeah.
Just so it's more correct. It's just annoying. I'll fix it one day. So first one's 9mm. Okay.
Turn that down there. John says, is Kiss popular in Australia? Gene Simmons never smoked or drank because his mother was a Holocaust survivor. He didn't want to cause her any more pain. Admire that about him.
Yeah, they have a following. As much as Guns N' Roses do. I do remember somebody I went to initial training in Air Force was mad on Kiss, and he couldn't understand why I wasn't. But yeah, they have a following. When they toured a couple of years ago, yeah, everybody and his dog turned out like they do for Guns N' Roses and all the other bands like that.
Yeah, they do have a good live show.
Probably.
They were at a Download Festival when I went in, but it was 2015, but they were one of the headliners. They were really, I think it was the Saturday headliner. They were really good.
Waitrose says they weren't allowed to shoot, mate.
They weren't allowed to shoot mates. Yes.
Yeah. They thought it was blue on blue. RF. Drew says, hang on a minute. Heathen in Chief implies I have other heathen minions. Where and who the hell are they? Did I miss a memo? Dave would be one. Bob would be another. Bob says, Julian, I have the t-shirt. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
That's cool. Julian says, I didn't know that, John T. Kudos to him for that. David says, did manage to pass my annual shooting test, laugh out loud, pistol, SMG, and SLR. To be fair, you couldn't really fail with an SLR, could you? You just sort of press the muzzle against the target from 100 yards.
I've not shot one. I've only shot the Oztire F88 and the Browning 9mm.
I shot the...
Oh, no, that's wrong. There was well, I had to go at an M16 in the back of a truck, actually, in the Middle East.
Yeah.
There's their shooting range.
Yeah. I shot the SA-80, A1, A2, LSW, and GPMG. Jim says, always thought of Kiss as a gimmick band, more style than substance. Their first album was good rock and roll, went big time commercial a few years later. Oh,
yeah.
Ruler stuck to me out. John says, Paul Stanley overcame deformity, was missing an ear, why his hair was long. There we go.
Was that right? There you go. I did see an interview with him, Paul Stanley, talking to Richard Marx about John Farnham, an Australian singer, and it's a really good video actually because the quote was, I can't remember who, but Richard Marx said someone or other is the best singer ever, and John Farnham is the best singer alive. And I just thought that's a hell of a rap. But he's certainly up there with the best of them. Seek it out, watch that. It only goes for a few minutes.
There you go. David says, lol. Jim says, and Gene Simmons never met a dollar he didn't like.
He's a good actor too. He was in a movie with Tom Selleck back in the day about robots going crazy. Can't remember the name of it.
I don't know. It's old people magic. John says, like them with or without the makeup. I know he did a TV program in the UK a few years ago when I was younger, and he is called The School of Rock, and it's basically him teaching kids music and seeing how kids reacted to him as a teacher, because he had no teacher training, and the kids actually their grades really improved because he wasn't just teaching them like a formal lesson. John says, oh, I just read that one. David says, laugh out loud, Mikey. Waitrose says, was qualified on Browning 9mm, SLR, GPMG, but my favourite was the Sterling Mark V. You too fought in the war. Joe says, okay, gotta go. Don't want to miss my tea time in New Orleans. We'll hear you at the next live stream. See you later, buddy. Have a good day.
Joe.
Enjoy.
David says, use the GPMG at On Me Rain location to demolish a wall. Yeah, they were fun. John says, John, the movie was Runaway.
Very good. That's it. Yeah, Runaway.
Cool. So, I've got that the right shape. Jim says, keep them fairway, John. Joe. Keep on the fairway. There we go.
Keep on the fairway.
I'm not with this golf thing. Oh, shit.
Okay, take 2. So I found that a 4mm drill bit is not wide enough for a 4mm wire. I should have engineered the crap out of this. If I had a vehicle mechanic helping me or whatever, I could have done better.
Yeah, well, tough shit. I've got my own problems. Wait, Rose says, "Be the ball, Joe."
Be the ball.
Ah, shit. There we go. Kind of glued my fingers together. John says, Kirstie Alley looked good in Runway, was beautiful in Star Trek 2.
Yeah, she was.
I have no idea.
You know Kirstie Alley.
Probably if I saw a picture of her.
If you saw her, you'd go, oh, her.
Yeah, most likely. Because I do have all the Star Trek films on DVD. So she was in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake, stay where I tell you. I hate having to use super glue. It's bloody awful stuff.
Yeah, this whole episode is going to be you and I putting 4 wires onto an engine that won't go anywhere.
Yeah. And just like 2 hours of non-stop swearing. We've got, oh, come on.
Ah, come on. I'm doing it myself. Yeah.
Damn it, I got in the right place now. Tweezers stuck and pulled away. Really? I had it and it stuck in exactly the right place, but then the tweezers stuck to the bloody plastic. Oh. Fuck's sake.
Isn't that a problem?
I hate super glue. And I hate
And it hates you.
Yeah. Feelings mutual. Now it's dried. Julia says, oh shit, no words you want to hear from medical professional. No, he said that on Monday as well.
Yeah.
Wait Rose says, I see there's a Happy Gilmore 2 movie out later this year. There is?
Yes.
Kevin says, I have returned with the elixir of life. Good. Can we have some, please? Hobby Time says, hi guys. Hey, Hobby Time.
Nugget Time?
Nugget says, I'm an ex-greenkeeper. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
JT says, among the saddest Hollywood deaths were Kelly Preston, Kirstie Alley, and Olivia Newton-John. Beautiful women. There we go.
They really were.
John says, Olivia Newton-John was so talented too, acting and then a music career. There you go.
Well, music career well before acting, but yeah.
Bob says, they wouldn't let me play on Nigel Mansell's course in Devon. That's after they saw me on the driving range. A bit biblical. We plough the tees and scatter the good balls down the range. Mikey, I posted Kirstie Alley on Discord. Okay. And John says, Kevin, is that coffee? Yes. Right. Oh, God. I don't know whether it's my brain tired or what, but I'm going to take a break from staring at that epoxy wire.
Let's do the next one. So I think this is...
Oh. Okay. Yeah, she was in Look Who's Talking.
Kirstie Alley?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I see. No. Jim says, Mikey, suggestion. There are slower setting types of CA glue, the thicker viscosities to allow time to the parts place. Yes, I know. I did have some, but it ran out. So I'm going to have to make do. And I have got Bostik, but that's just really bloody annoying stuff. Julie says, oh shit, not words you want to hear from medical professional. Did I say that already? Innocent look.
Yeah.
Yes. Just once or twice. Duke says, good day, all you beautiful people. I'll let you, Marley, in a Blakey voice. Oh, I'll get you, Marley. Good luck, Mikey.
I'll get you, Marley.
Hobby Time says, hi, Jim.
If it's the last thing I do.
Jim says, good day, Duke. Hobby Time. He says, hey, Hobby Time. And John says, how about when you glue the parts with CA, it bonds, and then twang, I reach for my beverage. Yeah, I'm getting close to that. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if they actually made parts that were designed to fit it, instead of having to make your own parts that kind of approximate it.
Mm.
Fucking thing. At this rate, it's not going to have HT leads.
Well, I haven't got there either, so, you know, all bets are off, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because there's two versions of it, obviously the open engine and the closed. If you're doing the closed version, you don't really need them.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
This is me and John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on.
1 of 4.
Yeah, it's not quite in the right place, though, so I'm going to have to move it. God damn it. There we go. No, not the place.
Yeah, it's just not going to work, is it?
There you go. Come on, set, you bastard.
You bastard.
Bastard. Come on.
No, Superman.
John.
Oh, you.
Frick.
Oh, no.
At this rate, this lead is just going to be mostly set plus the CA glue. The amount of times I have to put new CA glue on it. Fuck's sake.
Oh.
I don't normally get frustrated with models. Julian says, it's age, Mikey. That and having a crap memory as well. Fatal combination, yeah. Julian says, be right back, Kerry here.
Very good.
Bob says, aha, first problem solved. Couldn't see what colour the main engine parts were meant to be. Then I spotted the colour code by stage number. Whole stage, one colour. Yeah, it's all black. Nugget says, I prefer Gorilla CA glue. I prefer not to use CA glue. It is shit. Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh.
No, it's not quite right. I can get it on, it's just not sitting on the connectors.
Yep.
It won't stay on the connectors for some reason.
Well, the spark plugs themselves, like they just go onto the surface. They don't go into. There's no recess that they go into or whatever. So there's no strength on them. But when you manipulate a wire, they'll just snap the spark plug off. I mean, what were they thinking?
Yeah. But we're determined, aren't we, John? So it might be 2 hours of watchers put one wire on. I'm afraid, people.
Yeah, I've got one wire on. I'm onto the second, but I had a 4mm hole and then a 5mm hole. I'm reaming it out now to a 6mm hole for a 4mm wire because it didn't work before. I guess because the enamel on the wire. sorry, 0.6 mil.
Oh, come on, stick, you son of a bitch. Why is the glue not set? It sets any time other than when you need it to. Like, it's set to my tweezers, but it won't set to the bloody...
Plastic.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Get off, stupid thing.
Because it's
That's
not
what
because
he
it's got
said.
that red plastic coating on, is it?
I don't know. Oh, get off. Getting very close to saying stuff it.
What, just moving on to the next bit?
Yeah. Because the engine looked nice, and now it's just getting covered in bloody glue as well.
Yeah.
It's just not... The super glue's just not sticking to the plastic of the engine. David says, good day, Duke, and hobby time. John says, you look at some photo etch and wonder if some people who designed it are nuts and need to get out more often. Yeah. I mean, the spark plugs being there does not help the situation. It makes things worse. So I'm tempted to take the spark plugs off.
Aren't they supposed to attach to the spark plugs, though?
Yeah, but that's the point. They don't. They're too small.
So what I've got the spark plug lead stuck to the wire, and then the last thing I'll do is stick the spark plug leads to the block.
Well, there you go. I just accidentally did it. So if I put some more super on there now, it should be all right. Cool. Right. Let that set for a bit. So I do not want to have to redo that. Jim says, another suggestion, sand the PE parts while still on the fret. The coarse surface helps to provide a better adhesion. Well, this is the thing. The super glue is sticking perfectly fine to the photo etch. It's the plastic that is struggling to stick to. It's just not setting with it. Hobby Time says, does the Omnibus come with a driver? We've got an entire crew and passenger set with it.
Yeah, there's a separate set. And
Yeah.
I'll show you that now. Oh, there we are.
Hobby Time says, hi, David. David says, yes, Tiff, like any internal detail, we know it's there even if you can't see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does actually come with two options, one for bonnet open and one for bonnet closed. John says, there you go, that's the crew and passenger
Omnibus
set.
crew and passenger set, and there's 6 of them, as you can see. A driver, ticket collector, policeman, and 3 other passengers.
Yeah.
Designed for the kit, of course.
Absolutely. John says, Jim, fret is a good name. I fret over whether I'll deform the parts, taking them out. Yeah. ACF says, Tiff, the words of common sense.
I don't know about that.
Bob says, according to my list, the engine is aluminium. Yeah, but it's painted black. Duke says, I'd give you some great tips on using super glue, but I don't know any.
Very helpful, Duke.
Yeah. Duke says, good day, David. I mean, what might have been helpful if I had stripped the installation off. John said, Mikey.
He's right, it's aluminium on the list.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you look at the picture of the real engine,
it's black.
It is. Hang on. Switch that off. There you go. Get to focus. There you go. So the bottom's aluminium. Well, the bottom's aluminium colour. The top, the heads are black.
Okay.
There you go. Do you know what? I left the ambulance service 2 years ago, and they're still sending me updates on, the response level and things like that. John says, "You make me feel I am not alone with PE, not bonding. Have that issue often." Yeah. Jim says, "Rule number 1 when securing PE parts of a model, whatever can go wrong will." Yeah. Nugget says, "Is CA glue accelerator worth investing in for yourself, Mikey?" Probably. Gino says, "Hello, Mikey, John, and Tiff." Hello, Gino.
Hello.
Hello.
Gino says, "And hello to everyone in chat." Hello. David says, "Hello, Gino." And Nugget says, "Hello, Gino." And Charlie says, "And it hurts when you lost 1mm part out of 100 part engine, even if engine is literally hidden." Yeah. Frustrating. Jim says, "Another suggestion, put a small drop of CA glue on a bottle cap or something similar. Use a thin piece of wire to apply the glue. Sand the plastic surface along with the PE." Yeah. Duke says, "I'd stop trying it to glue it and go into the next step. Buy some new super glue tomorrow and throw that bottle away." Well, no, it's perfectly fine super glue. It's just I couldn't hold it anywhere because it's such a small piece. I couldn't hold it anywhere where the tweezers wouldn't stick to the bloody bit. So every time I went to try and take the tweezers away, it'd pull it away. Jim says, "Greetings, Gino." Jim says, "Your bottom's aluminium, Mikey. Have you seen a doctor?" By the way, I'm back.
Sure is.
You're hella funny. Honest. Right. Ow. Stuck my finger on a bloody scalpel. Jim says, "Hi, Gino." Jim says, Julian laughing. Julian says, "Good day, Duke." And John says, "P sticking to tweezers always got me." Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Like I said, the problem is now the connector's covered in super glue, so it just looks crap. So I'm going to have to paint that bit brass. Just so it looks reasonably normal.
Cat's gone mental. Willow.
12 mil. Julie says, "If I'm funny, you definitely need to see a doctor of some description, Mikey." Very good. Right. Oh, goody. This bit goes by the exhaust, behind the exhaust as well. Just what we wanted. Okay. Gino says, "The best CA glue I found is the Flexi 5K CA from VM's for PE. Yeah, black super glue is good, but I ran out of it. I need to get some more. Right, 12 mil is far too long for that piece.
Oh, ow. Jesus.
Oh, did he bite you?
No, she's
Fetch?
just jumped up onto my shoulder with her bloody claws stuck in the back.
Oh,
She likes to like climb up onto my shoulder and sit on it. She just also likes to use her claws.
Julian says, Mikey, having used PE, can you solder it on low temperature, make the plastic soft enough for it to weld? Could, but it wouldn't really hold it, mate. It just sort of melt the plastic around on it. Jim says, Gino, that's right, Gino works great, use it all the time. Yeah. Wait Rose says, just finished my P1127. That's 2 kits finished in 2 days. Take that, Shelf of Doom.
yay.
Good
Awesome.
man.
Looking forward to the video.
Yeah. Because we look forward to all of Gary's videos, to be fair.
So say we all.
And so say all of us.
Mikey.
I know. Yeah, that's definitely too long. Don't say it. Shit.
That's what she said.
Jim says, Gino, beg your pardon, Gino, misspelled your last name in my last comments. I'm sure he's fine with that. Oh, no, don't use my good tweezers. Jesus. David says, yes, Nigel of NMB says the G name. What? Says the same Gino. There we go. John says, I used to do the pin down the applicators. All the time. Gap filling C8 is interesting. Are you a mixer with baking soda? I just hate PE. Gino says, no problem, Jim. Jim says, wait, Rose, good for you, Gary. A victory for all modelers. Hurrah! And Wait Rose says, hope to have a couple of very interesting vids this next week. Excellent. John says, have you considered gel GA? Yeah, I do like that stuff. I did have some somewhere. Julian says, Freeze, a jolly good show. Is that the new snowman said? Is that what the snowman said? There we go. And Dave says, yes, we look forward to that general service.
General service?
GS.
Yeah, Gary stuff.
I know, I'm joking. God, modders, get with it. You're supposed to be the youngster.
Oh, I'm not hip. I'm not
So
down
say
with
we
it.
all.
Not down with the kids.
No.
Right. Let's put some there. Oh, shit. Stay there. Right. It's too much. No, it's not enough. Julian says, Gary, you've had a promotion. General service, whose Batman is Major Cockup?
It's clever.
Yeah. Right. get some of that off there. Or spread it around, apparently. This is part of the reason why I haven't built my accurate armor kits yet. Because I don't want to have to make a kit using bloody super glue.
Yeah.
It is not my idea of fun. But I've got to do it at some point because it's one I got off Models for Heroes when I first joined. Well, they, too. John says, did a 55 Chevy Bel Air and couldn't get past all the parts on the engine. More parts than the rest of the model. And most were hidden anyway. If you miss a part, it bugs you. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a as a I think it was a 60. I can't remember now. I think it was a 61. Oh, it's a Edsel Pacer. That's not a bad kit. The old AMT ones. Well, it wasn't old. It was one of their last ones, I think. Most recent ones.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Tell you what, it's a good job I didn't start doing this bloody wiring in the first 30 seconds of the show, wasn't it?
Yeah. I swear to God, Cat.
Oh. Gino says, it seems to me you guys are in for a nice build. Hope you still have fun, Mikey. I'll have fun once I get past this engine, I think. Or at least get past the wiring.
Yeah, there is some more wiring a bit further, but...
Oh, shit. It's just pinged off.
Oh.
I heard it hit something that sounded kind of like my snips. Oh, no.
What was it? One of your leads or?
Yeah, one of the HT connectors.
Ah.
Oh, no.
BC4. Where is BC?
Right. Now I've got to look for a tiny, shiny thing. Super. Whoever designed this one is shooting. Right. Put them out of the way.
And hello to all our good friends at MiniArt in the Ukraine. And no offense.
You wouldn't think I'd just been made one of their top fans, would you? I'm enjoying it. It's just hell annoying. No, can't see it. It's gone.
To be fair, I'm quite surprised I got all mine on without one pinging off to the nether regions, never to be seen again. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that yours is gone. They are way
I'm
small.
not quite up to your standard, am I?
Yes, of course you are.
No, not you just said I'm not. I only found it.
See, that's where we differ.
Holy shit! How the hell did I see that? Well,
I can just about see it on that heart.
All right, hang on. I felt it under my finger, and I looked, and it was there. Look how tiny that is.
Yeah.
And you still can't. You still only just see a dot. There you go. Right there next to my finger.
Jesus.
Yeah. And me with my glasses. Still wasn't able to see it. Because it's so tiny. Duke says, sometimes I use a really thin sheet of plastic and cut that to the same shape as the PE so I can get out of using PE. It's a good idea, but it wouldn't work on something this small.
No.
John says, was the coachwork on the real bus wood and were the wheels spokes wood? Ford did that on Model T. Yes, they were.
Well, I would have thought the wheels on this would have been forged iron.
No, they were wood to save weight.
Oh, there you go.
Because the head of the chief of the Metropolitan Police in London decided that the maximum weight unladen was any vehicle had to have a maximum unladen weight of 3 tons and a maximum laden weight of 6 tons. So they were only allowed, they had to make everything as light as possible so they could get the 32 or 35 people on there.
There you go.
Which is why, when they did, because before you came on, John, I was explaining how they chose what fire extinguishers to use, or how they ended up accidentally designing the sort of type of fire extinguishers we use now. And when they were doing the fire tests on it, they found that with the fire extinguishers that we were using at the time, which is the non-pressurized jet versions, it took, by the time they finished putting it out, it burned like almost an entire half of the bus away, the panels and things. So they sort of created a jet version, which is like the one we use now. And they found that by using that, the fire was limited to like the front driver's side wheel, or front wheel, and a bit of the engine bay. And that was it.
There you go.
So then that's what they made and fitted on all their buses. Useless information errors. Right, do not lose that golden piece. Right, Paul says, my experience with superglue and metal parts is that it seems to glue on YouTube, but not in real life. So it could be working for you, shouldn't it? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And G says, but you found it. Yes.
Paul, better looking Marley, you'd be pleased to know I took photos of your Eagle, your F-15E that you're working on, and sent it to Mikey and Gary, and they both approve.
Yes, it looks good. There it is. All right, Julie says, tip for any parts, use masking tape to attach it to the sprue, then cut the part off and it should stay stuck to the sprue. Yeah, it wasn't on the sprue. I was trying to put it on the wire. It was pinged off from the tweezers. Next, Julie says, stuck to the tape, I mean. Sorry, Morris, I didn't mean to sound like I was dictating that.
No, it's all right.
Bob says, a decision has been made. Time to try a whole model in Mr. Colour. Hello, Jadlums. Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dear.
He's going to end up with a whole squadron of Yag Panthers or something, isn't he? John says, Mikey, had that happen to me with PE. Find the part on the bench. You feel lucky when you find it. Did that on a model and asked myself how it got there. I don't have carpet in the new place. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if not having carpet is just as bad because the parts bounce more.
Oh, I don't know. To each their own, I think.
Yeah. I'm just going to put a bit of super glue on the end. Like that, just like that. And then use the glue to pick the damn thing up. There we go. Right, now get that on there. There we go. There we go. Jim says, the wonderful world of photo etch. Yeah. Can we do kits that don't include photo etch in the future? Jim says, oh, gotcha, Mikey. Yeah, I've had that happen to me too. It's a pain in the butt. John says, used to do the sweeping flashlight on all fours and wondered why this was fun. Yes. There's not many things that are fun on all fours. Searching for photo etch is not one of them. He says, with all this swearing, I'm reconsidering my search for an omnibus. It's fine, mate. Just don't do the HT leads on it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just do the closed version of it. Be fine.
Yeah. Jim says, carpet or no carpet, parts will bounce away into the void, only to find weeks, months later, after the cat's choked to death on it. Not that I have a cat, but, yeah. I have a vivid imagination. I can imagine having a cat. Right.
Mr. Marley, do you mind if I share your Eagle in progress with the audience?
I thought it said you're evil in progress then.
Well,
I'm sure I'll be fine with it. Jim says, no PE, that automatically excludes MiniArt. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Well, not saying that, I have got a MiniArt kit that doesn't have PE. It's a 16.5 ton railway, 135 railway trailer thing.
Ah.
Which I got to put the whippet on as a base for the whippet. I just haven't got around to making it yet. John says, what model plane is good for lazy modelers? A Doolittle model. Anything 1/72 would be my advice. June says, there are things that are fun on all fours. Mikey, it's taken you nearly 2 hours to find the level. Are you unwell? Oh, mate. I think
no, I did a that's what she said joke right at the beginning of the stream.
Yes. I need pliers. Or I could use these. June says, laugh out loud, John. Paul says, you may share.
Okay. So yes,
says,
Paul is building a Hasegawa 148 scale F-15E, but he's doing it as the prototype, the first F-15E ever. So a couple of shots in progress. It's just been, one side has had a gloss coat applied. It's the only green Eagle ever. This is I think they call it a Liz 2 scheme. So the bottom and the top. Isn't that looking lovely?
That's cool.
It is. It's looking very sweet.
And they're all Mr. Hobby paints, including the gloss, so it's looking lovely.
Forceps, that's what I was trying to call these.
Go one better. Use 5 steps.
Jim says, you got to show me, Mikey. You can't believe the MiniArt kit is sans P. I'll show you one day, mate. Right now, I'm a bit busy. Gino says, looks very nice. Jim says, nice wraparound camo pull. Duke says, have you finished yet, Mikey? That should be a sticker. Oh, yeah, it is. Kit.
Yeah. Get.
Come on. You're nearly there. 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Swell.
Which is a shame. Feels like we've not achieved anything today.
You can't have achieved not throwing the kit in the bin and getting too stressed out.
Oh, I've been stressed out.
Yeah, but not as stressed as much as you could have been.
Yeah. That's true.
Come on, get in there.
Okay, that should just about work. David says, that's looking good, Paul. John says, should get going. Had a fun day. Glad you had a good trip, John. Hope the Victor turns out well.
Oh, thank you.
Patrick says, important safety tip. Oh, shit. Try again. Important safety tip. And don't catch your knife when it slips out your hand. Bleeding has stopped now. Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Hope you're right, buddy. John says, Patrick, let it go in your foot. Laugh aloud happened to me. Do you know what? I had that almost happen to me. I dropped my scalpel off my desk and I heard it hit. I've got like a foam mat, sort of like doormat under my desk, so it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
And all I heard was a thud. And when I looked down, it was stuck completely vertical into the mat, about an inch from my foot. I was like, that could have hurt. Right, so my mission for today is to get these leads stuck on. Okay. I think I can do that. Maybe. I'll be really proud of myself if I do, though. So what step are you up to now, John? Your step.
Okay, so I've done step 4, which is fitting the leads. And, for also includes making up this clutch assembly. The flywheel, I guess it looks like a clutch to me.
Yeah, it is.
So
clutch
there's 4 pieces together, and they just go on the end of the drive shaft, like that. So that's in place.
So I need to catch up to the end of step 4 then, after the show.
Yeah. So I've only done one step, which is literally. Oh, and I haven't put the exhaust manifold on back in step 3.
Oh,
but that can go on
I've
later.
done that. So.
Okay, well, I'll stick that on then. That simply just 2 pieces going on like that. And that then leads us up to step 5 next time we do this, which is putting those 2 pieces on there, putting that little box transfer case back together.
Yeah.
And then that's it for the engine, moving on to the chassis. So we're going to see progress next week.
Yeah. Hopefully it should go a little bit quicker next week from that, after we've done the engine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking at it. Because it's going to be mostly bodywork and painting and things.
But that's the way mine's turned out. So the leads, it's not perfect, but it's not bad.
Yeah. So yours looks a lot better than mine.
They're just sort of sitting there, like with a bit of paint. They're all, you're not going to see the brass. It is what it is. So they're on.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Mine looks a bit gash. Zoom in.
If fiddly.
Yeah, it's annoying as hell, isn't it? Yeah, there's mine.
Yes, it is. Oh, yeah.
There you go. It just looks crap. It'd have been better off if I took the insulation off, but I'm not going through all that again. So, yeah. It is what it is. Duke said it should look alright when it's sprayed, though, to be fair.
Yeah, should do.
When it's painted.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
But there we are. That's a tiny little thing. I mean, the whole engine, let's face it. Yeah. End to end, it's what? 40 mil?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1.5 inches.
Yeah. Duke says, Patrick, the best use for super glue. Patrick says, I moved my foot in time. Bob, sheesh, just looked in the PE envelope. Where are the bits you're playing with? Oh, heck. New glasses required. They won't fit in my crimping tool. No.
Okay.
What I mean, they're ridiculously small.
4 inches and 41 pieces.
There you go.
Hmm.
No, 4 centimeters.
Oh, sorry. I said one. What? Yeah. What?
4 inches is quite big.
1.5 inches, 40 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. David, John says, Duke sniffing.
It's jumping. Hang on. That one.
David says, I've put together some parts for the Stalwart and painted up the 353 radio for it as well. Black face, grey knobs. There we go.
Okay. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the kit because there's a lot of negativity around the interwebs.
John says, Duke sniffing. Good use for super glue sniffing. Bob says, with all the words and motion happening, I think PE should be changed to physical exercise. Yeah. And John says, on that note, oh, Stepson's ring. 2 seconds.
Well,
You want to finish the comments off?
no, I can't read them. Oh, but you can bring them up. Oh, yeah, Gino saying, looks good, John. Or gee God, John. Good God, John. Yeah. Patrick saying halfway through step 2. Yeah, it does take a while. I found step 2 frustrating. The valve stems for me did not fit into the cylinder heads.
Sorry, Morgan just rang me up. He's coming down to stop over, I think.
Ian says, nah, I'll pass. I'm not convinced. Life's too short to do a MiniArt kit. Oh, I've really enjoyed the ones I've done. They can be fiddly and time-consuming, but they look great when they're done.
Like I said, I think
Jim's
once this PE part's done, it should be fine.
Yeah.
It's just these bloody wires.
All the other PE parts really are quite sizable.
Yeah.
It's, most of them. Yeah, most of them you can see, you know.
Yeah.
Like you can't even see where I cut these ones off, can you?
Well, them big parallelograms, they're the signs that go on the curved wheel.
Yeah, advertising boards. Yeah.
Yeah. Jim says, be seeing you.
Cheers.
Gino says, looks okay as well, Mikey. Don't sell yourself short. Cheers, buddy.
Yeah.
June says, I once burnt my hand and only realised when I thought, where the F's that blood come from? Oh, there, shit. Thus found out the hard way, the feeling in my left hand is crap, putting it kindly. My moustache is tickling my nose. Gino says, I meant good, John. There we go.
I know, thank you.
Dave says, I'll let you know tomorrow or Thursday. Cool. Right. Yeah. Thanks for today. It's been interesting.
Oh, it's always going to be frustrating, this one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But this is probably the most complex kit I've ever done. So it's good. I'm enjoying the challenge. We'll be back on Thursday for the last episode of the Big Boy Build.
Correct.
Yeah. That's 12 till 2. And Friday is the last episode of the Sea Fury build.
Correct.
Yeah. So, from me and these two, it's Hulval for now. And we shall see you on Thursday. Oh, don't forget, we've got the members stream tomorrow as well. For the anyone who's got corporal level membership, we've got a live stream tomorrow, 12 till 2. There we go.
Yeah.
Right. Hulval for now, everyone. Later.